It's snow bunny season. It hit me in the eyeball. How does Santa wear these? These are crazy. Hi, coffee beans. How's it brewing? I dedicated the entire month of December to holiday and winter themed crafts, although I feel like they're mostly holiday themed. I'm gonna be making resin gingerbread ornaments, Shrinky Dink Sailor Moon ornaments, and DIY resin dreidels. And that one is with my husband. I'm curious to see if they'll actually spin when they're done. But I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea. But it's his first time ever using resin, so that should be interesting. Also, I'm getting not one, not two, not three. No, I am getting three. I'm getting 3 subscription boxes this month that are all resin related. 2 of them are Sophie and Toffee. One is the Black Friday box and one is the December blowout box. I think those are actually getting here together, which should be like a massive unboxing video. But those are both surprises. I have no idea what's inside those. And then the third one is something totally brand new to this channel. It's called Craft Kitsune. So let me know in the comments below if you've ever heard of that subscription box, if you've ever had fun making anything from it, and actually if you have made something from Craft Kitsune, tag me on Instagram with an image because I would love to see. Craft Kitsune, if you haven't heard of it, is a subscription box that deals with DIY and craft projects, usually resin related. But what's really, really cool is she is a home business. She does everything herself from her house down in Texas. Her name is Liz and she's so sweet. I know that she's designed some of the resin molds herself. I think her sibling designs the little buttons and graphics that come with each box. And she's the one who decides what the theme is going to be for that month, what items you get in the box for that month, and she even ships everything out herself. So I'm really excited to support a small business like that. But all of that is coming later this month. Today, I'm sharing with you guys how to make DIY resin gingerbread ornaments.
They are so stinking cute.
But not only that, I'll show you how to make your very own UV Resin Deco Whip. So it acts just like Deco Whip you would use on a phone or on a gaming case, but it's UV resin, so it cures right away. You don't have to wait a whole day. All right, enough talking. Let's get started with the first ever Snow Bunny DIY video. A few weeks ago, I wandered into my local dollar store and found this adorable silicone ice cube tray. They're little penguins all dressed up in mittens, scarves, and winter hats. So I knew immediately that I wanted to make super cute gingerbread Christmas tree ornaments. Don't worry, I'll put a link to everything I use below. To get started, I mixed up some 1-to-1 epoxy resin from Envirotex Light. Then I used some pigment dyes from Sophie and Toffee in brown and yellow. I wasn't sure how much pigment I'd actually need to get the golden brown I wanted, so I stirred in a few drops at a time until I got the color I wanted. I also added a little bit of white to make the color a little more opaque. And the secret to that beautiful gingerbread color is a drop of red. Look at how gorgeous this is! And to really add that Christmas sparkle, I stirred in a bunch of gold glitter. Plus, these kind of give the cookies some texture and they look like little crumbs. Perfect! I poured this into my molds and let it sit for about 24 hours. Demolding is always fun. And look at how sparkly they are! They look amazing! Normally, I hate when glitter sinks to the bottom because I want it to be evenly distributed. But this looks so awesome! They are just so cute! I used my hand drill to make small holes at the top of each penguin and screwed in an eye pin. This way I can attach a hook later. Now that all the complicated stuff is done, it's time to decorate. I'm going to ice these just like real gingerbread cookies for Santa. Now you could always use silicone caulking to make your own deco whip, like I did in my phone case tutorial. But the problem with that is it'll take like 2 or 3 days to dry. Well, like 1 or 2 days to dry. And I'm really impatient and I don't want to wait that long. The other option is you could purchase pre-made UV Resin Deco Whip online. However, it can be a little pricey. So the easiest thing to do is just make your own. And I have to give a huge shout out to Sandra Arts because this is actually her technique. And I borrowed it and it worked so well. So I just had to share it with everybody else in case you haven't seen it yet. All you need are 3 things, 2 of which you can get at the dollar store. The first thing you need is obviously some UV resin, but the other 2 things is just baby powder and acrylic paint, and that is it. It is so easy to make. I poured some UV resin into a small container and stirred in some cornstarch a little at a time. Then, to get the really vibrant white, I added some white acrylic paint and mixed it in. I added more cornstarch to get the consistency I wanted. Then I scooped that mixture into a small Ziploc baggie and cut a hole in the corner to make a little piping bag. Then I began piping the design onto my little penguins. I added a small dot to all of their little beaks and then decorated their earmuffs, hats, and scarves. I tried switching up some of the scarves to look a little different, so some are solid and some are sort of zigzag, I guess. I don't know. I didn't want them to all look the same. I also decided to give a few of them little buttons. Then I cured them under my UV light. Now these wouldn't be Christmas cookies if they didn't have little candy beads. Well, these aren't real candy, but look at how perfect they look. To attach the beads, I added a tiny dot of the UV Deco Whip and lightly pressed in the beads. And of course, my penguins are all individuals and have their own personalities, so each has a different face. Franklin, who's seen some things. Marilyn, who's always happy. Suzanne, who's quite the flirt. Frederick, who looks a little angry. Dolores, who's just kind of there. Maybe she had too much coffee. James, who's tired of Frederick's attitude. Or maybe he stepped on one of his chick's Legos. Phyllis likes to share inappropriate jokes. And Dominic, who's just happy to be here. Well, now that the gang's all here, I decided to update their little outfits with some more of these colorful candies. They add a perfect pop of color to the scarves and look amazing on these hats. I think Franklin and Frederick are twins, so they need different color buttons to tell them apart. And Marilyn and Suzanne are just having the time of their lives, so they get bright, vibrant buttons to match their personalities. And I finished them off by adding a really nice white border around the entire cookie. This was definitely the finishing touch that they needed. They look good enough to eat. That's it, everybody. These gingerbread were so much fun to make. I love them so much. They're so cute. As I was piping their little faces, I just kept thinking like, yes, Suzanne, she's such a flirt. And Frederick, he's having a day. And like all of the ones that kind of just have the piping with the beads in their eyes, just like, they are stressed. It's the holiday season. They are having a hard time. Whether family's in town or they're having to work the holiday rush, forget it. They're stressed out. Everyone else, though, they're having a grand old time. Have you guys ever tried making any of your own DIY Christmas ornaments? I would love to see. You can share them with me on Instagram by tagging me at BunnieDIY, and I'll share them on my Instagram stories because I want to show everybody how talented you guys are. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Those likes really help me and my channel out. And don't forget to subscribe while you're here. Click the little bell so you get notified of when I post. I post every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And come back next Monday for another Snow Bunny DIY video. My husband and I are going to be attempting to make our own DIY resin dreidels. I am not sure how it's gonna work because it's an ice cube tray. I will be showing you guys how to play dreidel. So if you ever see those little spinning tops at the dollar store, you can get your own and you can play with your family too. I'll see you next Monday, everyone. Love you a latte.